Erangel, the battleground where it will finish. Come to a climax for Group Red, match 24 out of 24. The teams have been playing now for 4 days straight. 6 matches a day, and this will be their final test. A lot of teams looking safe into those survival bracket places. Talking about Agonxi8, DRS, Bigetron, 4 rivals, Titan Gaming, all looking fairly solid to qualify. Unlikely that they won't. But everybody else, there's something to play for. There's a little bit of something, a spark potentially in the works.
On the leaderboard, John. What a crazy turn of events for us. I mean, the Infinity 134, Nigma Galaxy 133, MadBulls 130, Box Gaming 129. There is a real world out there where the Infinity and the Nigma Galaxy, from second place, day one, get knocked out of PMGC, and the Infinity, after all their first places, we do not see them in the grand finals or the survival stage. But first, for that to happen, Box Gaming and the MadBulls have to survive. Nigma Galaxy, the Infinity cannot have another bad game, and the pressure is so much on here. Eastern Circle, Titans, DRS, Buriram, all happy with this one. Fortunately though, the Infinity dropping very close to the guys from Buriram.
They are pretty close by, but they're grabbing some vehicles. Looks like they're going to pick up Logan on the way, or drop him off near another vehicle. Okay, it's fine, no worries. No drama. Should be able to pick up the teammate. I think they spotted a buggy further down the road, so maybe allowed to get a couple more vehicles into the armada as they head out towards the east. Buriram will be touching down fairly soon. MadBulls gathering some vehicles for themselves as well. This is kind of similar to the circle that we saw in the earlier Erangel blank. It's a little bit further north, so we're unlikely to have that river mouth, that bridge mouth finish that we saw earlier. But this is the circle that MadBulls rotated through the military island on. Potential that we could see that late rotate come through and play a little bit stronger in terms of the chances of getting to the mainland.
You'd hope, though, that they will have learnt their lesson from that last game, which is, with this kind of circle, playing in Primorsk, they don't have the time. They don't have the time to be messing around on this side of the map. They need to find an entrance through in towards this circle, take up a good position, because we have seen the majority of the big games coming through from MadBulls is when they have center circle, when they have a good position early on, and they can hold on to it. Because they're certainly a good team when they have 4 players alive. We've just seen too many times on the rotate inwards. It's too late, too many teams are set up. They're taking shots as they make their way in. A lot of times we see for MadBulls, one thing they're very good at is identifying areas on the map where teams just are not there in the first place. But with these new circle settings, so many more of these teams are now realizing that for them to get the big points, they need to see themselves towards those middle areas of the map nice and early, pick up some prio compounds and play from there. For the MadBulls, though, again, everything is on the line, and I don't know how much of a big change they're going to make at this point.
The Infinity spread out Milta and Milta Power. Titan playing around farm on the west side of Milta. Buriram on a nice wide split right now with no one challenging on this east side. And they'll be a little bit calmer now. 8 points, though, is the lead that they have over Influence Chemin. 8 points stands between those two teams. The Titans at the top of the tables. S2G, they found LGD. Hang on a minute. Little bit of an early scrap. Suki's got a DBS, and Kelsey will fall down. It's a good start for LGD if they want to make up that 29-point gap that sits between them and direct qualification to Jakarta. But with 3, even then, as long as S2G put up 8 points, they should be absolutely fine.
That is the difficulty, right? Which is why you're seeing them move down so early towards Ruins, is try to pick up the guys from S2G. Remember, LGD were looking to take on Influence Chemin at the start of the day, feeling like that maybe they could pick themselves up the first place spot. Fortunately, that's reserved for the guys from Influence Chemin and Buriram only. 2 teams that have really done a lot during this Group Red format. Here in our little mini tournament during the group stage. LGD, again, have to go far here. And it's a different type of play style that we're used to seeing from them. They have to hit those big elimination counts. They can't focus too much on macro this time around. They're just going to have to cut down a lot of this lobby if they want to take that qualification spot over to Jakarta. Like you said, John, it's a great boon to have as well. Great blessing in the sense that there's not a lot of teams that you then have to focus on. There's only, what is it, 3 teams from each group stage, and then a couple of teams over from that last chance as well. You do not have to focus on too much anymore. Whereas if you go to the survival stage, you better be analyzing every single team in each lobby. It's a lot more work to do.
Will drain the resources, drain the energy of the organization, the support structures that sit around you. But that is when those very same structures are the most important, right? Having a good base of analysis, having a solid coach who can bring you together, who can keep you going in times of need. emTek lays a trap and will even the score against them and LGD.
It's in with the kablap blap there, the double punch, but LGD, you did not get away with that apparently. MVM sits up, there is a player behind and RayZ, but they quickly eliminate that player. Silas looks to find someone else, but MVM, a dirty headshot from behind, assisted by Suki there with the AKM. RayZ now looking for a little bit more. Tosses the grenade over the top. Is it too little too late, though?
What weapons does he have? A Mini 14 and there's a Bison on the back. Not ideal. Silas flushed. RayZ. Actually, with the Bison this early in the game, it might not be the most terrible of weapons. Got a nice large drum magazine. Jumps over the top. Suki goes down early to it, but low HP. Sees him go very, very low. And finds a second as well. That's the number of bullets he's able to pour out early and finds a third. LGD! It comes crashing down. And
It's
look at
done!
him. That's it. There's no way that anyone else can challenge S2G with the fight of their life. They're coming through from RayZ. Guarantee their spot over towards Jakarta. A 3rd place finish. And what a way to do it with the Bison of all things.
My guy can take a dunk in Atlantis, drown himself for all he likes. It's finished. The tournament concluded for S2G here. 253 points. Make that 257 with the 4 eliminations over towards LGD. With a bad start, the PP Bison brings it all. And like you said, the massive mean that they have to flip through, now looking at the big stars, the big photo of S2G on the front.
Goodness me. And that early in the game when the armor isn't level 3, when you a little bit more penetration on those bullets, because that's really what brings the Bison down. In a lot of people's estimations is that that inability to punch through stronger armor. And when you're tagging away, when you're flecking those shots early, it's really, really good news. But that was absolutely, completely brilliant from RayZ.
It's something else, man. It really is. I mean, for S2G, what an unreal way to end their tournament there. He
Very
goes
nice.
down to R8. He does not care. It's finished in his eyes. 16th
Excellent.
and 15th place, but make that 3rd and 4th.
That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. I mean, LGD, they rock up and think, oh, you know what, Hamzy, you took down one of our players, we're going to get you. And they did, to be fair. They did, in fact, get him. But at what cost? No more will they have the chance to go for the big run. And LGD, I mean, their legs swept. But now we can turn our attention fully blank to the bottom of the tables. Nigma Galaxy, the Infinity, MadBulls, Box Gaming, all looking for it. Calci able to find one on the run-up. This is a replay coming through of that fight. This was the start of the engagement where Calci went down. LGD then tried to evacuate, but didn't go so well. Hops up for one. Finds a second. That was beautiful around the side. I don't know where YZ took the damage from.
Probably on the entrance, maybe from some players from emTek Storm, but either way, RayZ's done the job. And again, from a player that did not have the most impact throughout this tournament, just being that steady constant for his team. The fact that he's able to finish it out like that is fantastic. Zerich most likely going down here. Goes down to Armand from emTek Storm. They were split off on their rotate inwards. They knew they had to find a position towards the center. Now Monkey on the back lines. This is his late rotate that I was talking about. Gets knocked. Tizzy moves up.
Ooh.
Now just 2 players, Skills's as well as Effect, to try and finish this one out.
This is a crucial situation again for the MadBulls. We talked a lot about them trying to run for it, but they are just getting scurried back and forth, bounced between Bigetron and emTek Storm, and not having the best time of it at all. Skills' Effect split hard from one another. And survival is of the utmost importance for them. Not only in this game, but in the tournament, in PMGC. What a fall from grace we've seen from this squad. Can they maintain some dignity?
This rotation used to be so easy for them, so little teams in this area, but now it's much more flooded with teams. I mean, Skills is an Effect, like you say, both split off one another at this point in time. Going to be difficult to regroup. Next circle pushes in. BTR's behind them. emTek in front, looking to crash onto Effect's position now. He has to hold on, moves back across towards his teammate at breakneck speed as well.
MadBulls, they get out of dodge. Survival now. They have to hope at this stage that Nigma Galaxy, the Infinity, Box don't do well, or 2 of them don't do well, and that they can survive for a lot longer. Into this circle. Blank, we're going back to the bridge mouth. I don't know how it's happened, but we're still there.
Back on board with this one. Brings back happy memories, at least for MadBulls. Metal Gear Solid Zerich able to get as far as he did. Soaz takes some shots upwards. DRS. Delta sending down towards the compound that currently MadBulls are holding. A 2v4 on the cards potentially as a scout goes out towards them. Delta does get sent back, though, by Skills's, pretending to be a lot more than potentially MadBulls are right now. A very much diminished team. 2 limbs for them, though. Sits them sat behind Nigma Galaxy by 1 point currently. They need 2 more limbs on the game, or 2 more placement points to see themselves ahead. And that's even, again, with Box not passing over the top of them.
The Infinity have lost a player already. They're playing around the eastern bridge, actually pretty firmly entrenched on that southeast coast. Influence Chemin, currently 2nd place. Want to challenge for that first spot again. Want to take it back from Buriram, but in their current position, it's looking very, very tricky. They are trapped in shelter by R8 right now, who today have played better than we've seen from them all tournament, Blank. I think that they have been unleashed from the potential nervousness that they might have felt, or anything that would have been impacting them, because they thought, you know what, we've got nothing to lose. Let's just have fun and go for it. And it feels like that has allowed them to do so much more than they previously could.
Yeah, the pressure is just gone completely from this team. IE7, unfortunately, though, getting knocked out the vehicle. There are shots coming backwards over towards Influence Chemin from SK-Ton. Now looking to pick up his teammate, but the delay in which case comes through the smoke. In the meantime, there's a flank coming through. Lil Boy, Kayovsky looking to finish off this player from R8.
SK-Ton doesn't have the full hillside to work with. Prestige is there, though, on the run out to cut down 1. We'll be looking for a little bit more. This blue zone is here. Team Queso are in the way for whoever wants to move south. And look at this, they are taking shots out this direction. Influence Chemin, spot Prestige, take that one down as well. Just Bandart for R8. And a hard south shift onto MadBulls. Blank, that's huge for the MadBulls.
I don't know, man. I don't know how I feel about that at all. I think for MadBulls, they'd rather they shifted up towards that northern side. Teams are going to be flitting in so fast towards this position now. There is a target, a bullseye, literally on their heads at the moment. Teams would love to take this position away from them. You might see emTek Storm, 4 rivals, all send in for this spot. I think now, if teams looking in their direction all the time, things get really scary. It's a large compound to hold us to as well.
is maybe they can hold on to one of the buildings in there. But you don't want to have neighbors. They're taking shots out, and hopefully they can give the illusion of more. Stop anyone from crashing in. Nigma Galaxy and DRS are kind of stopping people from crashing from the northeast. But Buriram looking like they might want to mount up on the shore side, just out to their west. So potentially they've got a protective ring around them right now if Buriram don't opt to go for the crash.
Yeah, they have to delay Buriram as much as possible. The fact that Effect was able to take those shots over towards them is really important. They also know that because they're playing split on two separate parts of the compound, they cannot keep these shots going out for too long. Tiger goes down, every single elimination point counts. If you can hit these shots towards him, that is the main thing. It's going to be so hard though. Any elim is good for MadBulls. Unable to find any right now, even after getting a couple of knocks on their side.
Taking a look at the other crucial teams, you've got Nigma Galaxy, who we're on board with right now in a really solid spot as well. So potentially good news for them and their fans as well. Box Gaming on the northeast side will be struggling to get further into the next circle, but for now, they are going to be absolutely safe. Taking a look at the Infinity, they played around the bridge, a little bit further out east, and they'll have to move. This is probably the team that has the most problems for this direct circle at the moment. We'll see if they can make their way in. So the Infinity most at risk at this stage.
Influence Chemin sends into the water directly next to the guys from Buriram. Again, like you said, the Infinity down towards that southeast side may be a little bit difficult for them to get back out. Nigma Galaxy keeping the guys from Buriram at bay. More shots coming through from Effect, trying to just delay as much as possible. Again, shoot out those wheels, prevent the vehicles from being up and available to go for the crash. That is the main thing that MadBulls have to consider right now is vehicles, how many teams still have up and available, because it's open ground along this area. So crashing is really the only way to get towards the MadBulls position. Again, still, every time they peek out, there's that potential that a player takes a shot back over towards them.
Bigetron, they're out on the western side and behind Buriram. They could potentially slow everything down there. Allow the MadBulls a little bit more safety. 13 teams are still alive though, Blank, and everything can change at the drop of a hat. Because the placement points are not that massive right now. You might have a strong spot, but if you get spotted, taken down, it's going to be tough times. Effect led the way of the Infinity. I don't know if they know that this is the team they should be focusing on, but it's absolutely a crucial position for them to be trying to plink away at.
If the boys from MadBulls were able to get all four towards this position, they would have had such a good game. The Infinity looking to make their crash. Newsy available as the backstop, and they're coming in fast right now, looking to head towards the beachhead. This is the crash that MadBulls were worried about. They send further around the side. Buriram might even have sightlines down towards this. A sideswipe could come through here.
This is interesting maneuvers coming through from the Infinity. It's not what you would have expected. Maybe they think that there's more players in there than there are. Newsy is the backstop. Hopefully has a vehicle to look for the regroup spot. Skills is. Sees him retreat off the angle as well. The beach does give you some terrain cover. And actually, hang on a minute. Are they setting up to go for the crash here? I think they might be. They've repositioned 2 and 2. Okay, so they are on a wider split now.
Miller sits down. Again, difficult spot to play in. There are side swipes available. Logan goes for the crate inside the water. Nigma Galaxy not harassed for the time being. DRS do not want to get in on that one. Again, a lot of these shots will just come through purely off the back of a crash needing to happen. It is a central compound, maybe Titans, maybe Team Queso looks for it. But with Papi Potro actually knocking himself there, this is really bad. Box Gaming, important engagement for them. They have to win this one out. We've already 2 players down either side apiece. Could go either way here, John.
A lot of power in these rosters. Box Gaming looking to punch through the defense, and it's looking good. 2 knocks now going over towards Box Gaming. So as on the wall, still bleeding out, feeding information over. They should know that Ayala is in there with Reyes. But where is Scream? Will they be able to find it? A nade goes long, and that looks pretty good, but it's just behind the open door. Scream is there. Papi Potro spotted, will be cut down. The player at the back of the room. 3 players up and active, but DBS for break now. Rolling around the corner, puts a Molotov in, forces them out, but gets knocked in response. So are still bleeding out, and a nice cut down from Trisme. Steps up when it's needed for Box Gaming. On the outside, you've got Agonxi8 with playing with just the one IQ. Could be a third party on this engagement, but Bensu is still going. There's a roll-up coming through from Nigma Galaxy to chime in onto this fight. This could be crucial as well. In they come from Ralph. Bensu on the wall. They're looking for the reses. Crash into each other. It's chaos here, Blank. Team Queso, 2 players alive, and the Sharks are starting to swarm around. They want to tear the flesh from Nigma Galaxy. They want to take them away from the top spots, but Ralph does not want to let that
Freak's
happen.
down.
Box Gaming regrouping. Freak has fallen. And Box Gaming now on the inside. 4 teams are trying to take this one building.
IQ could have a massive role to play here, but Trisme finds 1. 5 eliminations found for Box Gaming. Will set them up into 11th right now. They are the new bubble and look to go further. Might even be able to put down the remainder of Nigma Galaxy here. Currently with 0 eliminations, 2 knocks on their side as well.
If Nigma Galaxy go down here, Box Gaming will be in that spot, in that bubble position. Only the MadBulls can contest them for it at that stage. The Infinity also playing with 3 on the south side on their wide split on the beach. We'll have to move a little bit further north, but the north will need to be evacuated. All of these teams moving forwards. Agonxi8, IQ just playing there. We've seen them play third parties before. It would be disaster if it struck onto Box Gaming.
But Buriram looking for the crash down towards MadBulls' position, looking to share this spot. They had that vehicle still available for them. Effect has a nade, looking to send it over the top. This might be curtains for MadBulls. Can they weather the storm versus the #1 team in the lobby? A 2v4. It's a big ask here.
But it looks like Buriram are happy to split the compound for now. They're not going aggressive just yet. You can see the nades in hand, though, and they might be cooking up something. Bigetron taking a fight on the west side with emTek Storm. Buriram more concerned about that area for now. And they will leave Sleeping Bulls lie for the time being. Blank at the moment. MadBulls and Nigma Galaxy are dead even. Currently sat 1 point, both of them behind Box Gaming at this stage. It is still so close. Nigma Galaxy taking points would put them back up the top if Delta goes down here. DRS taking the fight, and they will be able to punch back on in. Get that swap on.
Box Gaming
crash.
also crashing.
Right up to MadBulls on the wall, but Buriram are there to hold out on the opposite side. They're in the masher, but they get into the ground floor of the building, and now MadBulls can hold on the top floor, play up and down. Buriram actually fended off by this.
Tiger also taking a lot of damage. Nade goes a little bit short there, and MadBulls holding on the top side. Looks like Box have just about restabilizes. More nades required. A DBS also for Box Gaming. A jump out comes through.
They're looking for that res onto Trisme. They really want to stay up as 4. MadBulls, their upstairs neighbors. They certainly have plenty of complaints about the noise, but there's not a lot they can do about it. Sprays from Nigma Galaxy over to the 4 rivals to shred anybody else in the competition. Blank, look at the teams that are still alive in this. It is all to play for still. All 4 of our crucial teams are in the top 8.
Box Gaming took the 2v4 versus MadBulls earlier on Sandhawk. Now can they turn the tides? Can they switch things up here? Titans move towards the Infinity. 0 points currently found for them. And slowly but surely, Titans are getting closer. Only 3 players from the Infinity might make things a bit easier for MadBulls. A big nade, but Effect's down. And 3 players up top. It has to be a huge play here.
It's all on SOAS for the tournament life of Box Gaming versus 3. Bensu falling. Skills is sorry. Only him for MadBulls, and Buriram might be pushing in as well. Skills is low HP, flooding around, moving around the corners. A 1 versus 2 on the upper decks for the MadBulls to try and stay alive, but he will fall down. And the MadBulls are eliminated from PMGC. Now Box Gaming have their task laid out ahead of them. Both Nigma Galaxy and the Infinity are still alive, so they can't afford to go down here without any sort of recompense. Buriram, if they lose 1 or 2 players, that might be enough of a points total for Box Gaming to see themselves safe. But now the Infinity have their challenge. They are currently in 12th place. Blank, they're up against the Titan.
MG3 shots over towards Titan's side. Teak's already down, providing information back across inside the water. looking to peek back out again, but so low here. Difficult to get back up on his feet onto the sand, but he's drenched in bullets. Will finally fall. A nade comes over the top side.
Excellent on target, but not quite finding enough damage. Mela looks to put another arc in, and that one's good for it. Puncher falls. Gets taken down, the Molotov there. No more utility for Mela. Will have to dry push on this. Those smokes are soon to fade. A lot of bullets in the mag and has the backup from Logan. No utility for him either. They're leaving one as the backstop. And in the meantime, Nigma Galaxy looking to fight out of that bottom spot. That 12th place. If they go down here, it could all come crashing. And Infinity are suffering. 1, 2 go down. Just Nuzi remains now. Needs to stay alive because they are in 11th right now. And if Nigma Galaxy get 1 or 2 more points, that's going to be it. They're drawn exactly right now. And if Infinity or Nigma Galaxy fall, that's a ladder up in terms of placement. And a guaranteed 11th place.
There it is.
But that nade adds the points. The Infinity stay alive for now.
Still up and kicking. Nuzi, one of the biggest performers from the Infinity throughout the entirety of the year, looks to bring things back into action. Nigma Galaxy currently at 2 eliminations so far. 4 rivals spot them. Ralph moves up. A shot goes through. Voki's down. 2 shacks sit between both these teams.
Nigma Galaxy, Box Gaming, Nigma Galaxy all fighting to clamber up from the bottom of the pile. Nigma Galaxy currently have that unfortunate mantle to bear. And they are on the outside track of this circle as well. Everybody will be looking their way. Buriram still have not managed to clear out this compound, and they are getting lit up. It's Nigma Galaxy. If they go down here blank, that will be it. Our bottom 5 will be decided, and everybody else will be in those survival brackets. Buriram has already claimed that top spot with Influence Chemin going down earlier.
Freak zooms back in to support his teammates. 4 rivals will not let them leave easily from this position. Again, it'll be more smokes required, and I think at this point in time for Freak and the rest of his team, they realize they're just gonna have to sit this one out for the time being. Box have taken the bull by the horns here and have taken their destiny into their own hands as well, with a crash that will resound through the ears of the MadBulls fans.
Box Gaming lighting up the fields, looking to be one of the teams that is most likely to keep one of those top 11 spots. But Nigma Galaxy trying to pinch these points away. This is such a crucial crossfire. How many of these points can they steal? How many can
They're
they
back
nick?
in.
They are, but it is all to play for. Blank, it is so down to the wire between all of these teams.
We just saw them leap briefly back up into 11th place there, but for Box, they have a great position. The circle moves back in, gives Nigma Galaxy a handhold to play along. After such a diabolical performance over the last 3 days, this last match, everything to them. The Infinity also knew that they had to remain in this one as long as possible, taking shots over towards Nuzi right now to take apart the competition. For Box Gaming, they're going to be a difficult rock to move here.
Nuzi using the care package as cover, slinking his way in the grass, but spotted. And that is going to be it. Blank, the Infinity, they're going to go down with the ladder ups that we've seen. I think that's going to be Box Gaming and Nigma Galaxy jumping up into the lead. Buriram, the only other team to join them. The biggest team in this lobby. King Kengzo, the closest to Box right now. They said, you know what, you guys have that building. It's been nothing but trouble. First MadBulls, now this. And in Zone 9, we're down to 3 teams.
Box looking to pull out the packing tape here and lay a line across the top of this cardboard. Put this chicken dinner away, find themselves into the grand finals with a splash at the end of this game. More nades sent over towards Buriram. Last circle it comes down to. They will have to leave. Smokes are plenty.
Box having to deal with Buriram is the thing that will allow Nigma Galaxy to push closer. Tiger goes down on the front.
And
Another name being put in. My name P. Very, very low out the field. The reload coming through. They don't go for the respray instead. SOAS wants the heal. Nigma Galaxy crawling forwards. They might be able to take this one here at the end. But all of these teams going to do so much work. And SOAS cuts down Buriram. That's definitely going to be these two teams there. But who can get this final chicken dinner? Both of them have qualified. Box Gaming and Nigma Galaxy beat out the MadBulls and the Infinity. And Box, just about the last to fall. Ralph is there, leaving SOAS as the last player standing. But it is going to be Nigma Galaxy to take the final chicken dinner. And they have made it. They have done what they needed to do. Box Gaming will join them. Top 11 decided. Constant waves of relief are flooding through this room for Nigma Galaxy. It has really been down bad for this team, but finishing out on the top of the match rankings for this game will see them safe. They had so many contenders biting at their heels this entire time. And from what was an insane performance on day one, they bring it back with a chicken dinner at the end. It could not have been